Hi everyone, I'm here to talk to you about the facts of the origination of the American flag. I'm here to tell you about where exactly the American flag originated and who designed it, where it was designed, the many different designs that have come since then, and when it was adopted by the U.S., as well as many other facts. Here I have my audience. There they are. So let me get started on my objective as far as trying to state the facts that the most of society does not understand or doesn't have the knowledge of. The American flag, it's played a huge role in the lives of every American from the time they were raised to say the Pledge of Allegiance in school to standing up for it in the national anthem during the Star Spangled Banner, and nowadays, it's controlled a lot of the topics of discussion as far as the emotion that it brings, but not many people derive that emotion based off of the facts of the American flag and where it comes from. I bet most people can't tell you who designed the first flag, when it was first designed, different inspirations the flag is given throughout history, and many different other facts that are actually pretty interesting. Being a combat veteran in the military of nearly a decade, I've seen very passionate military members that are very proud about the flag and what they believe it stands for, but none of them could tell you who Betsy Ross is or Francis Scott Key or anybody else that's had some sort of connection to the development of the origination in the flag. Most people make their decisions off of their social environment growing up and kind of how they've been influenced based off of their interpretation of history and what they believe the flag means. But I'm here to strictly state the facts. It's a very powerful symbol, and it's definitely been something that has been known throughout the world as a very powerful symbol. And in 1776, on New Year's Day, was when the first documented American flag was actually flown over George Washington's headquarters in Prospect Hill, Boston. And then on June 14th, 1777, is when the actual first American flag that is said to be sewn together was with the 13 stars and 13 stripes that symbolizes the 13 colonies. This is where the controversy comes in about who actually designed the first American flag. A lot of people believe that it's Betsy Ross, as she was a friend of George Washington. But there's no actual evidence that documents that Betsy Ross actually made the first American flag. Whereas Francis Hopkinson, there's a lot of documentation stating that he was the author of the Declaration of Independence. He lived in Philadelphia at that time, and that he was actually the person who designed the first American flag. Then in 1794 is when Congress actually adopted the first American flag with the 13 stars and 13 stripes, where the 13 stars and 13 stripes obviously talked about the colonies, but the red, white, and blue is said to be symbolic as well. The red is for hardiness and valor. The white, signifies purity and innocence, and the blue is for perseverance and liberty. The Star Spangled Banner is also said to been influenced by the American flag, as the line in the Star Spangled Banner says the flag was still standing there, and as Francis Scott Key was in the War of 1812 as he was a captured American on a British ship. And as he had the idea, as the bombs were bursting in air during the war, he still saw the American flag still standing there. So it inspired or helped inspire the Star Spangled Banner. Then in 1958, Robert Heft designed the flag. He was just a kid, 17 years old, that we use today with the 50 stars and 13 stripes. 50 stars, of course, for the 50 states, as at that time Alaska and Hawaii were already considered U.S. territories, and then the 13 different stripes for the original colonies. And Robert Heft had actually just done that as a project for his class that he got a B- in. So, my objective is, to state the most accurate facts that I can possibly state about the American flag. And my hope is that people will be more informed about the facts, and they can make a little better objective decision on how they feel about the American flag. I don't plan on changing everybody's point of view, or have many people change their emotions, but at least have a better understanding of who designed it, where it came from, and what the symbolism is behind the stars and stripes. Thank you very much.